Welcome, everybody, to The Last Mile, April 10th, 2024. Hey, don't blame me for StreamYard's issues, because I am in StreamYard studio recording right now, but not being able to be live like I love to be with you guys on Wednesdays. I did try and do something, at the last moment. Thank you, Derek, for saying I was giving it the college try. I really did. I'm not a fan of the StreamYard interface when I'm in my car, and I definitely don't use it in my studio at home ever. There's a reason why I use StreamYard, and it's because it's easier to use, more robust, no issues, no layout problems, no problems, just everything. I mean, it's fine. It was the first thing around, but there was a reason why StreamYard stepped in. But let's move on past this. When this premieres, thank you everybody who tried to join me on the first stream and who joined me on the second stream I created on YouTube, which I made unlisted so that this wouldn't all be confusing. I will roll through this quickly today as we don't have any chat, and maybe even in like just a half hour, we can get this recorded, uploaded, and when you are watching this premiere, I will be in the premiere. So if you have any questions, I will be in there during the premiere. So that said, welcome to The Last Mile. I don't have anybody in the chat to say hi to, so I'm just going to move on. Now, in the live, I mentioned some things that we will be talking about tomorrow night on the roundtable. This will be bullet point hit them, since there's nobody here to interface with the chat with on these. Tomorrow night, expect to be talking about these issues. Kim dropped some truths last night, and we're going to talk about those. Kim's Side Money Plans on her live. That we're going to look into a little more, because I am very familiar with what she was talking about. And we're going to talk about that, as well as DoorDash LOP. Is it gone forever? There are some people saying no. There are many people saying it's already gone. And there's some reason that those people are saying that, and why to expect way less catering orders. As you should. DoorDash is not a catering model. It doesn't. It's not taking, we know it doesn't take care of customers as it is. It's definitely not taking care of catering customers who do need that extra step. And it's a different space, catering versus food delivery. Also, the rollout nationwide of telematics. This has completely crossed the line. And it's causing a lot of lawmakers to get very pissed off, who were starting to let the legislation kind of trickle down to be, okay, this is what it's going to be. And bipartisan had kind of made some changes and some agreements. Now it's making one side really jump back up and go, nope, they just pushed us again. So things are now in the works to make things worse on gig workers, or to make things worse on the companies, which they pass along to the gig workers. And we will see how all that rolls out. Spark drivers are owed money. Spark even put out let me see if I have it. This is courtesy of nobody, because I don't have it up here. I have it ready for tomorrow, but Gigan sent it to me. But then I sent it to Brandon, Dashing Grandpa, and he said he had seen it last month. So this is basically, you're owed some money potentially. We'll see about all that. Minneapolis extending the rideshare pay increase to July 1st, when Lyft was meeting them halfway. We got lots of stuff to discuss tomorrow night, so join us there. I won't get any more farther into that today. I'm gonna try and whip through this stuff. We're gonna do this in 30 minutes or under. Here we go. So driver app versus courier app side. So you guys have seen, sometimes I'll see somebody who has a bigger vehicle get into a chat, and I just want to point this out, and they'll say something about the Curri app on the courier side, on the courier bidding side, which is not the app most of us gig workers have. Most of us have the Curri driver app, where the offers come in, as we're used to on many platforms. But there is the other side, and sometimes those people come into comments and things on some of my videos about, well, this is happening when I'm bidding, and it throws some of you off. So again, I've mentioned it before, but every once in a while I like to mention it again when I see comments confusing people. Sometimes people are asking me questions regarding the carrier side and the bidding side, not the side that almost all of you are on, same as me, the driver's side. So that said, I want to walk through these settings real quick. Let me change my settings so that I can be up here. So the driver score. Okay, guys. I did try and do this live today, and I know Dashing in Cypress Sheila asked me, I thought you weren't a fan of scores. I'm not. However, this is a little bit different. This is, again, you can see it's beta. It's been beta for 18 months. But what I'm really trying to show you guys today is the VIN generated make and model. That is because I was talking to Curri and I was telling you guys that, you put in your VIN, but does it have your vehicle? And some people were especially people who have been on the wait list a while, were going in and finding that it didn't have their vehicle, but they were like, but it has my VIN. They weren't generating your make and model. Now they are. But what I would say is, if you're on the waiting list and you've been on it for a long time, at least go in and check and see if it has your make and model. Even if you're on the waiting list, you should be able to do that. Also, I saw a comment that I need to shoot down immediately. Somebody had said to me that if you put this load, unload 150 pounds plus, that's me saying I can do that. These are extra, none of this overnight hold, none of these are checked until you go into driver capabilities or driver accessories and say that you have them in your car on a daily basis. So under the capabilities, I put that I can load, unload 150 plus pounds. So here's the thing. A lot of people were saying, I saw some comments, not a lot, enough people, a few people were commenting that if you just check this is why you're seeing the heavy loads. No, it's not. You're going to see the heavy loads anyway. What this is saying is that if somebody is going to need you to do this, load and unload, that you might, even though that's an oversized and it might require two people, you're going to be one of those people, or I'm able to be. So just don't check that. But you're still going to see you're still going to see there's not a place to say, I don't, the willing to travel over 150 miles. People were saying that one, if you don't check it, you won't see them. That's not true at all. You'll still see them. It just, they're going to try and push them to the people that have them checked first. Of course they are, because they round robin these out. And so this is when a filter would come into place if it's longer than 150 miles. However, let's say there's only 5 drivers that check this in my market. Every round robin goes out to 5. So let's say the first round robin goes out to 5 people. It's going to be the people who checked this, but the second round robin is going to be 5 people who didn't check this. That makes sense? So therefore, just don't take it, or take it. I would want to see every damn Curri order, especially with the way I hear a lot of people talk. I don't see as many. Make sure your settings are correct. Make sure you have location services always on. Make sure that you leave your Curri app active and don't have the Curri app open. I've even had the tech team say you will get offers quicker in a drop-down banner than you will if you have the app open. Doesn't make a ton of sense to me. I'm sure Gary Middleton, could probably better explain why something like that happens. Maybe it's that it doesn't refresh the app as quickly as an actual offer in real time comes down. I'm not sure, but you're better to just have just have it on, have it so that you're taking offers, and make sure you have drop down banner on and your location service is always on. I've had mine set that way for almost 3 years next year that I've been on Curri. And I wouldn't change that for the world. I leave it on 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, because I want to see the offers. I don't take them all, but I want to see them for sure. Now, one of the main things about today was going through, because we are entering the biggest 6 months of Curri. May till about end of October, November. Those are the huge months. So these are the biggest 6 months of the year, and we had a decent winter, not horrible. We had a decent winter on Curri. Even for me here in my market, I did pretty well. And then the 2 years prior, I've told you guys, luckily I do a lot of backcountry snowboarding and search and rescue, because normally there aren't a lot of Curris in the winter. So yeah, I think we saw more than we ever have, for sure. But the main point of today was making sure that you understand the customer side of the app, why it works the way it does, how those offers come in, and how Curri handles those customer offers. I've talked about this before. The customer's always right type thing, right? They're not, but let's pretend like they are, because that's the saying, and any business should treat it that way. Most gig app platforms do not. So this one actually, some of the other ones you'll just see will say 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours on some of these other screenshots I'm going to show you. But this one actually I was able to capture in the minutes. So if you see the mileage, 22 miles, at 8:12 it came in for 33.24. At 8:16 the offer came in for 43.24, and at 8:21 the offer came in for 53.24. So the offer that the customer made when they were placing the order, they go through a lot of steps. I've been through the customer side. Let me get a little more over here so I'm not going behind that. But so let's look down. So it came in at 8:12 a.m. as 33.24. At 8:16 went up to 43.24. At 8:21, 53.24. 53.24, I'm taking this. I didn't get to this one in time. Another driver did. But guess what another driver didn't do? No other driver in round 1 or 2 of this took the 33 or the 43. And it's, again, these three are the same order, you guys. All over 9 minutes, it went up, what, $20? The veteran drivers know on Curri. The only time we ever see these 33 get taken is when they are onboarding some people. When do they onboard people? When drivers leave the platform or when they add new clients. So Curri's very careful. And this is why there's a wait list to make sure that it's not so oversaturated that there's nothing. And in some markets, some people might claim, but there is nothing in my market. Well, then just, wait. I mean, not all markets are great. But however, when I started doing things with Curri, they were in, 50 markets. Now they're in what, 800? So, I mean, obviously things are going in the right direction. Another one. So this one was over 4 minutes. I think I have another one that was 4 minutes too. And this is what I was talking about. You see 2 hours, 2 hours, but this is in 4 minutes. Same offer, 14 miles, 14 miles. 25.88 went to 35.88 in 4 minutes. Why did that happen? That happened because Curri knows that was a lowball offer, and they have a way of telling the customer gets almost like a warning, not a warning, but like a caution, caution, like this order might not get picked up, and then they have to read into the terms and see that Curri will increase the pay. Something that Roadie, Freight, Dispatch, they don't do that. Curri does that, and they kind of have a zone, so they'll know. I mean, and Curri, if the customers, a lot of customers that have been with Curri for a while, they just know how to bid right now because they've seen it and they know that it needs to be done quickly, hot shots. So they want the right number to come out. They don't want to screw around with these little low balls that don't get taken. So of course, does any company want to save money? Yes, but that is not, basically take what makes sense to you. Don't just jump on it because you see one. Make sure it makes sense to you. Let's look at this one. So 19 miles. Again, this one was 4 minutes. 4 minutes, it went up $10. You just wait, guys. Just wait. Same thing here. 17, 38 to, or 28 to 38. And then let's see about this one. This one happened over 9 minutes. And there's 4 updates in 9 minutes. 1760 to 2760 to 3760 to 4760. So the customer tried to charge or offer the driver 1760. And within 9 minutes, Curri had said, no driver accepted it. We're going to make it 4760. And the customer pays that. So because the customer agreed, if they don't take your offer, we're going to increase it at this rate. So sometimes, like I was saying, a customer might make the right offer. Then Curri won't increase it for 30 minutes or so because they're going to leave it out there as open, even if nobody takes it in round robins, because they'll say, well, wait, let's see if somebody finishes an offer that's doing a current Curri that isn't seeing it. And as soon as they finish it, they want it, which happens a lot because they know what the right number is. Again, remember, this company's been profitable since the first year they started. No other gig company is profitable. I mean, almost none, period. Even for a quarter or two. This one's been profitable every year since it started. So, I mean, there's something to be said about that too. This was more about, let me see if they're in the right order. Yeah, okay. So I just want you guys to see offers that are, I mean, we don't need to talk about each one, but I just want you to see the volume of offers that come through here right now because it's starting to really pick back up again. So this is yesterday, 9:01 a.m. and I missed some of the screenshots, but let's see. Yesterday, 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 and rolling into this morning. Um, but I wanted to talk about that because these are the type orders that do happen on Curri a lot. I mean, look, the volume will come up, things will come up. It's not about positioning. I mean, it is, but guys, there's no reason to go sit somewhere and wait to see if the Curri comes through there. You'll get round robins as time goes on. You know what I mean? Like you'll start to get them. That's why I always say try and get 5 under your belt, but at the same time, take ones that make sense for you. They do increase in pay pretty quickly, especially if I've had people say to me, dude, I saw the worst offers and I tried to grab a couple. Don't grab anything. For me personally, I don't even touch ones under 20 bucks ever, ever. I don't care if it's going, and a lot of them do. They're going 1 mile, but I might have to go 3-4 miles to get to the pickup. I don't touch anything. That's just I have different things on different platforms. With Curri, I don't touch anything under 20 bucks. If I'm touching anything between 20 and 30, it better only be 20, 25 pounds, and it's only going a mile or two. And because I always know there's going to be a little distance to get to the pickup, because let's face it, a lot of you are in areas, or you're in areas with Curri on where you're kind of by food or by rideshare pickups and stuff, and therefore you're not by the B2B areas where last mile courier services are going on. But it's really hard to position yourself correctly for that anyway. Like, I just get a lot of offers. What I would say is do a good job. You know, don't unassign. Don't unassign. We've talked about this before. Do not unassign. I've said, you might get a strike. You might get these days. I don't even know. I'm going to be extra cautious and say you might be deactivated for unassigning one. I don't know. Again, they might work with you. I don't know. I cannot say that. However, I do know that they're not tolerating unassignings. They're trying to make a point that this is not DoorDash. This is not a dollar McDonald's order that needs to get to this guy. These are business to business, real-time things that need to be delivered so that the crew on the other side can get their work done. So there's work crews usually waiting on the other side. Now, when you get there, most of the time, are they working? Sure. But they might be working on side projects when really you're bringing the project that all of the people at that location need to get working on immediately. So that's why they're referred to as hot shots. That's why they need to get taken out right away. So it's very important. Don't unassign. Be a little patient. Let spring and summer roll in if you're new to the platform. If you haven't seen an order in 90 days or more on Curri, email reactivation@curri.com. Reactivation@curri.com. So you're thinking, was I deactivated? I call it a soft deactivate. You were soft deactivated for not taking an order for 90 days. And all that means is they don't want to send you data if you're not taking orders. A lot of people, you got to remember, leave the space or whatever, and they don't contact the app to say I'm done, which is probably a smart move, because if something doesn't work out or they want to do it on a certain day of the week or try, they still can. But if you haven't taken one in 90 days, all you need to do is email them. They have you reactivated within 24 hours at most on weekdays, business hours. On weekends, you still might, but I have had people say, dude, you said within 24 hours. I did it. I emailed them on a Saturday. It's Sunday. I'm not reactivated. No. Give them till Monday. Because yes, there's teams that can help you on live deliveries on the weekends, but the teams that work with the reactivation department work on Pacific time. So I believe they're there. Don't quote me on this, but I believe they're there from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Pacific time. So that would be 11 Eastern in the morning till 9 p.m. on Monday through Friday. So just keep that in mind. That's a lot of the backbone of Curri. You will find those are their business hours because they're based on the West Coast. So that's what I had about that. I was going to do some live Q&A, but since it's just me, I will be in the chat doing live Q&A. So let me put that out there now. Anybody that's watching this premiere, put in the chat comments, even though this is a premiere and I'm talking about other things, I will be in the premiere and I will answer your questions as best I can. The ambassador program is underway. I was talking about it on the Curri Facebook group, but I am actually going to present I'm going to actually pitch an idea to the Curri team about the ambassador program. And I'd like to see where everybody can get involved. It basically allows you to pick up customers and get 25, $50 the first time they use it for free. So if you're wondering, well, is that enough? I mean, well, think about it. If we can get that up to $50 for the ambassador program, it's at 25 right now for people that are even new. If you want to, like, if you've taken one Curri, you can still do a $25 if you bring customers on. Meaning if you go into any B2B, you can let them know and they'll get a free delivery out of Curri, no fees. And you'll get $25 as soon as they use that. So Curri's making nothing at all and paying you $25. What I'm trying to do is get it so that veteran drivers, maybe people with over 20 deliveries or something, that we can be on an ambassador program that pays $50 per, and same type of thing. But regardless, the ambassador program is something that can help you earn a little side money. You'd be surprised how many businesses are looking for better delivery services. I would say this specifically to Roadie drivers. I've only picked up a few, and I can tell you this. I have picked up a few Roadie clients or people that use Roadie, and they now use Curri. They might still use Roadie, but I've used my pitch, my ambassador program, and they didn't know about Curri. And what I pitched as is it's top shelf. You don't have to wait, like, because Roadie puts an offer out, it sits there all day. Do they get taken by the end of the day? Sure. But can you rely on it to be there in a half hour? Not a chance. Roadie does not guarantee time. It's like a UPS delivery. It'll be there today kind of thing. But that's why they don't increase the prices. So different platforms, different ways of working it. Let me see. I also wanted to show you guys this. I had Terry from Terry's Tips, Tricks, and Talk on the podcast this week. And she was asking me about Curri because she's on Curri, but she's always afraid to take the orders. One item at 5 pounds. This is not that uncommon, guys. One item at 20 pounds. So it's not, I'm not even, this isn't about the pay here. You know what I'm saying? On these anyway. But still, they're coming in at like, look, this 5 pounds for, $3 a mile. And that wasn't a business district, by the way. That's like where food and restaurants are. So that's where you might be anyway. So there is a way to do that. Yeah. Remember, this is a premiere. Please type questions in the chat if you have them, and I will do my best to answer. I'm sorry it has to be this way, guys. I so prefer the live that this is not how I wanted to do it. I don't like all the steps I'm going to have to even go through to make this a premiere. But that said, it's just going to be a short episode and we're just going to do it. And next week it will be live again. We hope. I mean, StreamYard, get your stuff fixed. We don't pay for this kind of down. I get it when Facebook is down or this or that or the other. And I do multi-stream to most of those platforms. However, YouTube has never been down that I've seen on StreamYard, and their connection is down right now. So, here, I wanted to show you 2 Roadie offers. Just so you guys, like I was telling you, I'm going to be doing some talk on Roadie, and it's not going to be the worst talk in the world. They're transparent, and there are some pharmacy deliveries that are worth doing potentially. At least for me, I've been finding that, hey man, this isn't the worst filler, but I got to show you their normal stuff is pretty bad. Like here, okay, 9 deliveries for Walmart Spark. 28 miles. It's going to take you 2 hours and 13 minutes, 27 items. Total weight, 29 pounds. Heaviest, 12 pounds. So it's not about the weight or anything, but $37 for 28 miles, 2 hours and 13 minutes. Okay. $37. Or you can make $32 for about 20 minutes of work right here. So $32 for 20 minutes of work, or 2 hours, 15 minutes, and a lot of driving and stopping throughout the city for $37, $4 more, or $5 more. Really? No, thanks. On this one, I want you guys to look at this. 12 miles, 31 minutes, $45. I mean, when you just look at that, you're thinking, okay, it's not that bad. It's not the best thing I've ever seen, but hey, it's $4 a mile. Guys, look at this, 53 items, total weight, 1,300 pounds. Really? Really? Okay. No, thank you. Max dimension 52 inches. I mean, I really hope that, like I've always known, that Roadie does have um is like making, because I know they used to have this issue, but I was told it had gone away. I hope Roadie does know my vehicle and that will it fit all this? Because there was a time when, for a long while, when UPS first acquired Roadie, where you would show up and a lot of times they wouldn't fit into your car. Are we back to that? Because how are you fitting 53 items at 1,300 pounds into my vehicle? I'd be almost curious to go there and see if it would fit into my car. I just don't feel like going through that kind of trouble anymore. And I wouldn't take an order this bad. However, I'm having a worry that they've backpedaled a little bit and that they actually are having an issue with this again. So without the live chat, you guys, I don't know what else I can do. I don't know what else I can promote. I don't know what else I can tell you about. I will tell you that I saw Gigan is going to be trying out Fetch. Hope we get some feedback from him. My experience has not been the best yet. I do know they just changed something. We'll talk about that coming up. We're going to talk about some Roadie coming up and Metrobi. Metrobi's about to do some big things, so stay tuned with Metrobi. But yeah, guys, for now, that's it. That's the week. And next week we'll come back. We'll be live again. I'm sure StreamYard will have it fixed by that. If not, they will have lost a customer potentially. Or at least they will have somebody that pays for the Pro Studio that will go back to the free version. So with that said, see you next week on The Last Mile. See you tomorrow night on the Roundtable. And be safe, earn smart, and be good to each other. Peace, guys.